Day 21 of the 30-day challenge with the Google Nexus 4, and we're talking current, camera, and more. I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com. Let's go see how this device is holding up. In day 21 of the 30-day challenge of the Google Nexus 4, we're also going to talk about the Straight Talk service because I'm one day away from this running out. So I'll tell you, HSPA Plus connectivity, this is using the AT&T side of Straight Talk's MVNO service. So it's running off of AT&T, HSPA Plus, theoretical peak of up to 21 megabits per second on AT&T's HSPA Plus network. Like I said in the previous video, I'm getting about 3 to 5 megabits per second on the download in most cases, as you can see right here. But overall call quality been relatively decent on this device. It's pretty much what you can expect from AT&T in terms of connectivity and call quality. So if you're in a market like Dallas where AT&T is incredibly strong, it works just as good as AT&T service. And for that matter, anywhere, as long as you're okay with going without LTE. If you're in any AT&T market, take a look at this because you're really getting a very similar proposition here in terms of AT&T service for a lot less money. So you've got the AT&T network reliability or whatever the case may be in your particular market, but then you've got $45 service for unlimited calls, texts, and data as well, with some caveats. At least, they say that it peaks out. They say that they throttle you in some cases, so keep that in mind if you are a heavy user or you like to watch YouTube on a regular basis. But on to Google Currents, and this is going to be a shorter update, but what I've found is that I really enjoy Google Currents, and in keeping in line with telling you all about my 30-day challenge, it may seem dumb, but I'm finding that I'm really enjoying Google Currents more than I thought I would. So I've got Currents here, and I can flip back and forth, and this is really similar to Flipboard or really similar to Blink Feed, which we saw in the HTC One. It's coming very soon, the HTC One, when it hits retail stores. It's really a decent all-around news aggregator for things like breaking news, as you can see here. Images are really clean, the text is nice, and this follows along with the Google Plus update. Android, they've done a pretty decent job when it comes to certain software or certain applications, I should say. One of those is the Google Plus application. It's fantastic. The other one is the Currents application. This gives a whole new look and feel to Google in comparison to what we're used to. Really beautiful, with the fonts look good, the pictures look good, and I've been impressed overall with Google Currents. The other thing I wanted to talk about in day 21, I'm taking more pictures with this. If you follow our Instagram feed at instagram.com/PhoneDog, all those pictures you're seeing on our Instagram feed have been taken with the Nexus 4. So I'm putting the camera to the test for 30 days as well, and I can say the camera, it's 8 megapixels. It's not quite up to par with the Galaxy S3, the Note 2, the One X Plus, now the HTC One most likely, although I haven't given it extensive testing, so I can't say that for sure. But what I will say, the camera images are decent. Just doing this, for example, of the door and the floor. The door and the floor, that rhymes. You've got a couple of different options. The photosphere option, which we talked about extensively in reviews, dogfights, and more. I don't really see a use for this in kind of common use. I don't really see a point where I'd be like, this is great in day-to-day use, but, still kind of nifty to have, and you can post these to your Google Plus pages. Then, of course, you have panorama shots and a couple of other camera goodies as well, and then you can back out and go back into the camera and flip back to your normal. Of course, you've got your gallery here as well, and then the Instagram button, because I have been using that on a regular basis. So the camera, not quite up to par with some of the other heavyweights in the market, but still a decent camera, and keeping in mind you're paying $300 for this phone. As I've said many times, it's an option. It's something that, it may not be the best, but hey, you're paying $300 and you're saving some money. So to boot, that's a nice choice. So all in all, Straight Talk service pretty good. Starting tomorrow, I'll go back to an AT&T micro SIM in this device and continue my 30 days with it. But Straight Talk service overall been relatively impressive. For what you get, $45. Great bang for the buck. Put on speaker so you can listen to it here. And we'll throw it up here on 611 just for example. And so you can see call quality is exactly what you would expect. Straight Talk. Pretty easy to use, pretty straightforward. The call quality works relatively well. Haven't had any issues with call quality. And then, of course, you get a $45 value proposition, unlimited data, text, and then calls as well. So for the price point, you really can't beat it. And then there's the T-Mobile option as well. A lot of people prefer the T-Mobile option for the faster HSPA Plus data speeds. So that's something to keep in mind as well. If you're in an area where T-Mobile has rolled out 42 megabits per second, such as Dallas, you may want to try the T-Mobile side of Straight Talk, the T-Mobile MVNO side, as opposed to AT&T. Stay tuned because we've got a lot more coverage coming on the Nexus 4 as part of my 30-day challenge. Let me know what you think on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron, Facebook.com/Hi Aaron Baker if you want to hit me up on Facebook, and then, of course, Google+, Gplus.to/PhoneDog. I'll be back soon with another update. Until then, hit me with your questions and what you want to see on this device as I round out 30 days with the Nexus 4. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.